But then there's the question of how long can Nikki Haley actually stay in the race for, because she just keeps getting beaten by
She's
Trump.
got the money, though, and she has said she will stay. And I kind of like that. I like you need a bit of competitive spirit in the lead up to the run up to this kind of election.
Yeah, but is it a lost cause?
Yes, she's not going to be the nominee unless Trump is disqualified from being the nominee. The reason she's staying in and the length of time as to why she's staying in is all, will the Supreme Court uphold the decision of several Democratic states to bounce his name off the ballot? Because presumably, if he can be done in one state, it's not an election where there's a central body that's running everything. It's 50 separate elections. And if states are given the right to boot him off, well, then he goes and she says, well, I'm the last one standing, so I get it. That said, let's imagine she did become the nominee. The 60% of people that are relentlessly voting against her will not go out and campaign for her, will not go out and vote for her. So, yes, in head-to-head matches, Haley ends up beating Biden. But the bigger problem for both these parties is young voters, voters to the left, Arab voters won't get behind Biden because of his position on Israel, and MAGA won't get behind Haley. So what, 3 people will vote?
Well, it's going to be interesting. What can happen between now and November? What's your prediction, Michelle?
Look, my prediction is that Biden will sustain. Like, I think at the end of the day, if Trump ends up being the Republican nominee and does end up running, I do think that Biden will beat him. I don't think he will win on the popular vote.
Okay, well, let's move on. Let's look at Donald Trump. He's issued a warning that Prince Harry will be on his own if he's re-elected as president after he betrayed Queen Elizabeth. Michelle, is this a fair warning from Donald Trump to Prince Harry?
I love how Donald Trump's getting involved in the royal kind of scandal. I think he's kind of seen something that he can pick up a few votes on, particularly as a Republican nominee. But look, I don't know if it's a fair warning. A lot of people are pushing for Harry not to be in America because of his admission of drug taking, which to me is hilarious considering, you know, Bush admitted to taking cocaine as well. So I think you can't really deny him access to the US based on that. But look, I don't know why he's even bothering. I don't know.
Well, what's your assessment on all of this? Do you think that it's fair? What do you make of it?
I just, Trump is the first politician who is equally a pundit, a viewer, and a participant, right? So in the same way that many of us sit and watch TV and yell at the TV or yell at our phones at some video, he gives a press conference and the feedback loop becomes louder and louder. I just love, under which particular power of the US presidency do you turn around and say, Harry out? I would imagine that Americans are far more interested in seeing illegal immigrants booted out of the country than a legal one, as annoying as he may well be. And that's going to be the real deportation plan of Trump, and rightfully so, because the crime that is connected, and almost there's one every day, definitely every week, of an illegal immigrant moving their way through up to a sanctuary city, the disrespect of the police, and then somebody getting killed. This is A1, big issue, and in the same way that Democrat voters will forgive Biden for not being able to finish a sentence, Republicans forgive Trump on anything else on the hope that he cleans the joint up.
Yeah, and we are going to get into that a little bit further on the program. We'll be crossing to the US.
Look at you deep teasing.
Yeah, we are.
Well done. Watch the video all the way to the end, and just do me a favour right now. Can you all just go back and repeat? Go back and repeat like 5 seconds, because just for some reason I want the little algorithm to look like that just when we're talking. It's most replayed.
Look, Michelle, finally, what is your assessment of it all? Has Joe Biden been too forgiving of Prince Harry? Is a real issue, the immigration crisis in America?
Look, I think the immigration issue is definitely one that Biden is not sticking his nose in, and he definitely should be doing that. I think there's a lot of things at play here. We've had the Ukraine, we've had Israel. So at the end of the day, I don't know if the Sussexes are really high on the agenda, and I don't think they should be.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see, won't we? Anyway, we'll move on.